Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Saira Mujtaba with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida to meet in 14th India-Japan Annual Summit to be held in New Delhi this evening. Home Minister Amit Shah attends CRPF's Raising Day Parade in Jammu, says biggest achievement of the centre is to have a decisive control over terrorism for the first time since the abrogation of Article 370. In Punjab, Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann forms his cabinet, inducts 10 ministers. India advocates for Biological and Toxin Weapons Convention at United Nations Security Council. More than 181 crore, 4 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered in the country so far. In Tamil Nadu, Agriculture Minister M.R.K. Pannirselvam presents state's 33,000 crore rupee agriculture budget. In Karnataka, 8 people killed and more than 20 critically injured in a road accident near Pavagada in Tumkuru district. 35th Surajkund International Crafts Mela to begin this evening at Faridabad near Delhi. In ICC Women's World Cup, match between India and Australia underway in Auckland, and in hockey, Indian national men's team to resume their FIH Pro League campaign against Argentina in Bhubaneswar. As we start the bulletin, we appeal to our listeners to stay safe from COVID-19 by following these 4 simple steps. Get fully vaccinated, wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki doori for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. And other news in detail. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida will be in India for a 2-day India-Japan 14th Annual Summit beginning this evening in New Delhi. This will be Kishida's first visit to the country since he took charge of the office last year. Our correspondent reports the 14th India-Japan Annual Summit will be the first meeting of Mr. Modi and Mr. Kishida.
India and Japan have multifaceted cooperation within the ambit of their spatial, strategic and global partnership. The summit will provide an opportunity for both sides to review and strengthen the bilateral cooperation in diverse areas. The leaders will also exchange views on regional and global issues of mutual interest so as to advance the partnership for peace, stability and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region and beyond. The summit could not be held in 2020 and 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Anupam Mishra, AR News, Delhi.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said that decisive control over terrorism has been the biggest achievement of the central government for the first time since the abrogation of Article 370.
धारा 370 हटाने के कारण दलितों, पिछड़े वर्ग, महिलाओं और पहाड़ी लोगों एक प्रकार से जो विकास की प्रक्रिया से कहीं न कहीं कटे हुए थे, नए कानूनों के तहत इन सबको समाहित करते हुए सर्वस्पर्शीय, सर्वसमावेशक विकास की शुरुआत जम्मू कश्मीर में हुई है। और मैं मानता हूं कि जम्मू कश्मीर के अंदर सबसे बड़ा काम हुआ है, जो सशस्त्र बलों की सबसे बड़ी सफलता है कि यहाँ पर आतंकवाद पर एक निर्णायक कंट्रोल लेने में सशस्त्र बलों को सफलता मिली है।
Addressing the 83rd Raising Day function of the CRPF in Jammu, the Union Home Minister said the J&K government has successfully managed to ensure over 33,000 crore rupee investment, even as democracy has been taken to the grassroots level in the Union territory. Mr. Shah further said, today democracy is flourishing across J&K as we have a Sarpanch and Panch in every village. Besides, national highways are being upgraded and all modern means are being employed to uplift J&K with record achievements being made in every segment. The Home Minister also said that 7 new medical colleges and 2 AIIMS will soon be functional in Jammu and Kashmir, even as all efforts have been made to provide a corruption-free government to people. While praising the CRPF, the Home Minister said, be it maintaining law and order, fighting terrorism in J&K, or eliminating Naxalites, the force has maintained its tag of being the country's best police force. And we will never forget the valor and courage of this force.
जब नक्सलवाद, नॉर्थ ईस्ट थिएटर, कश्मीर में पाक प्रेरित आतंकवाद 90 के दशक में इस सभी जगहों पे हिंसा चरम सीमा पर और देश की आंतरिक सुरक्षा का दृश्य देखकर देश के हर नागरिक के मन में चिंता होती थी कि देश का भविष्य क्या होगा, देश की आंतरिक सुरक्षा को कैसे संभालेंगे। मगर कुछ ही सालों में 2 दशक के कम समय के अंदर सीआरपीएफ ने चाहे नक्सलवाद का क्षेत्र हो, चाहे नॉर्थ ईस्ट हो, चाहे कश्मीर का थी, सभी जगह पर अपनी दृढ़ इच्छा शक्ति का परिचय बताते हुए देश को छीन विशीन करने वाली शक्तियों को समाप्त करने के कगार पर आज सीआरपीएफ पहुंचा है।
Shah said the centre is committed to take CRPF to new heights and lace the force with the latest gadgets and technology. Mr. Shah arrived in Jammu last evening on a 2-day visit.
In Punjab, Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann today formed his cabinet. In the first phase, he has inducted 10 ministers in the cabinet. The swearing-in ceremony of the ministers was held at Punjab Raj Bhavan, Chandigarh. Punjab Governor Banwari Lal Purohit administered them the oath of office and secrecy. Haryana Governor Bandaru Dattatreya also joined the swearing-in ceremony. Those ministers who were sworn in today include former opposition leader Harpal Singh Cheema from Dirba, Dr. Baljeet Kaur and Malord Harbhajan Singh. More than 181 crore 4 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Health Ministry said more than 5,84,000 doses were administered in the last 24 hours. India's active caseload currently stands at 27,802 and it is at 0.06%. The recovery rate is currently at 98.73%. A total of 3,383 people recovered in the last 24 hours and total recoveries touched over 4,24,61,000.
The centre has provided more than 183 crore vaccine doses to the states and union territories so far. The government said more than 17 crore vaccine doses are unutilized and are available with the states. The government has been supporting the states and union territories by providing them COVID vaccines free of cost. The 35th Suraj Kund International Crafts Mela will begin today at Faridabad near Delhi. The fair, which will continue till the 4th of April, will be inaugurated by Haryana Governor Bandaru Dattatreya and Chief Minister Manohar Lal this evening. A report.
In this fair, Jammu and Kashmir is participating as a theme state which is showcasing its unique culture and rich heritage through various art forms and handicrafts. Replicas of Vaishno Devi Temple, Amarnath Temple, Apna Ghar representing architecture from Kashmir and commemorative gate of Mubarak Mandi Jammu will be the main attractions of this year's Mela. More than 20 countries are participating in the event and the partner nation is Uzbekistan. The fair will remain open for public from 12:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Anand Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
The 35th Suraj Kund International Crafts Mela will begin today at Faridabad near Delhi. The fair, which will continue till 4th of April, will be inaugurated by Haryana Governor Bandaru Dattatreya and Chief Minister Manohar Lal this evening. The Indian Embassy in Ukraine has issued an advisory for the Indians in the war-torn country. It said the Embassy of India continues to function and can be contacted through email cons1.kiev@mea.gov.in. The embassy in the advisory said a 24/7 helpline numbers are also functional on WhatsApp for assistance. The numbers are +380 933 559958, +91 920 5290 and +91 742 8022
India at the United Nations Security Council, UNSC, has advocated the Biological and Toxin Weapons Convention, BTWC, saying India attaches high importance to BTWC as a key global and non-discriminatory disarmament convention, prohibiting an entire category of weapons of mass destruction. India's Deputy Permanent Representative R. Ravindra at the UNSC briefing said it is important to ensure full and effective implementation of the BTWC in letter and spirit.
India attaches high importance to the Biological and Toxin Weapons Convention as a key global and non-discriminatory disarmament convention prohibiting an entire category of weapons of mass destruction. It is important to ensure full and effective implementation of the BTWC in letter and spirit. We also believe that any matter relating to obligations under the convention should be addressed as per the provisions of the convention and through consultations and cooperation between the parties concerned.
Expressing concern over the ongoing situation in Ukraine, India welcomed the latest round of diplomatic talks between Russia and Ukraine.
We welcome the latest round of diplomatic talks between the Russian Federation and Ukraine. We believe that immediate cessation of hostilities and diligently pursuing the path of dialogue and diplomacy is the only way forward. It is important to undertake this engagement, keeping in mind the need to respect the principles of the UN Charter, international law, sovereignty and territorial integrity of states.
Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has thanked the Indian government for evacuating Bangladeshi nationals who were stranded in the Sumy city of Ukraine. In a letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Sheikh Hasina expressed her sincere thanks for extending support and assistance in rescuing and evacuating Bangladeshi nationals stranded in Sumy Oblast.
Tamil Nadu Agriculture Minister M.R.K. Panniraselvam today presented the state's 33,000 crore rupees agriculture budget in the Assembly in Chennai today. In the budget, 2,546 crore rupees have been allocated for the crop insurance scheme for the next financial year. The document envisages the production of 126 lakh metric tons of food grains next year. To facilitate interstate trading of agricultural produce, 3 wholesale vegetable complexes are to be established in as many border districts with Kerala. Mechanization of agriculture has been given an additional thrust as the minister said the farming sector faces acute shortage of labour force. The principal opposition, AIDMK, has said the farm budget is a hollow document. Its leader and former Chief Minister, Edapadi Palanisamy, told reporters outside the Assembly there are no concrete steps outlined in the budget, adding it is a compilation of empty statements. A report.
Organic farming has been given a boost in the budget with the support of the centre's Parambaragat Krishi Vikas Yojana by farming 150 clusters covering 7,500 acres of land. Upgrading the 3 proposed mega food parks by the centre in the state and the easy availability of fertilizers with the centre's support have found special mentions in the document. As a centre state initiative, special schemes on promoting sunflower and other oil seeds cultivation has also been announced. The State Seed Development Agency has been fixed a target of producing 30,000 metric tons of seeds. Skill training to 2,500 youth has also been announced in the standalone budget. A new millet mission has been announced with 2 different zones covering 20 districts in the state. Jai Singh, AR News, Chennai.
The week-long budget session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly commenced today. Governor of Nagaland, Professor Jagdish Mukhi, in his address appreciated the members of the House for coming together to form an opposition-led government to pursue for an early solution to the Naga political issue. To this, he said, it represents one of the most beautiful illustrations of everyone putting interest and welfare of the people and the state above anything else. The governor said his government, as always, has been making every endeavour as a facilitator so that all the negotiating parties are able to appreciate each other and arrive at a solution which is honourable, acceptable and inclusive. He expressed confidence that with the concern being shown by everyone, especially the members of NLA, the long-cherished solution will soon become a reality and a new era of peace and prosperity will begin in the state. Governor Mukhi also highlighted the achievements, developments and initiatives of the state government.
In Karnataka, 8 people were killed and more than 20 have been critically injured as a private bus overturned near Pavagada in Tumkuru district today. Some passengers trapped inside the bus. Rescue operation is going on. According to the police, the bus carrying around 60 passengers turned turtle after the driver lost control over the vehicle. The country's largest iron ore producer, National Mineral Development Corporation Limited Company, under the Ministry of Steel, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with IIT Kharagpur for drone-based mineral exploration. The corporation has been exploring minerals for a wide range of minerals like copper, rock phosphate, limestone, magnesite, diamond, tungsten and beach sands for 6 decades. This would be the first central public sector enterprise in the country to conduct drone-based geophysical surveys and hypersectoral studies for mineral exploration and is expected to open a new chapter and set a benchmark in the field of mineral exploration for the country.
Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal today said that open network for digital commerce would democratize e-commerce and will protect small businesses by granting them equal opportunity. Addressing the 5th edition of the Entrepreneurship Summit, the Minister said that laboratories, mentorship, incubators and funding are the 4 essential elements for a healthy startup ecosystem. The Minister applauded BITS Pilani Institution as it had carved a name in the world of innovation. Reiterating that an idea can change your life, the Minister spoke of the USB innovator Ajay Bhatt from Vadodara, who developed the technology with the goal of making data portable like never before. Stating that New India is filled with new energy, enthusiasm and confidence, the Minister said that it no longer seeks incremental change but fares for transformations. The Minister listed several steps taken by the government in its role as the facilitator to strengthen the startup ecosystem, such as Fund of Funds for Startups, income tax exemption for 3 years, seed fund scheme and cutting down of examination period for new trademark registrations. He expressed confidence that the startups of today would be the leaders of tomorrow and asked young entrepreneurs to help this country attain higher levels of prosperity.
In Gorakhpur and adjoining districts in Uttar Pradesh, Holi is being celebrated today with full fervour. Acting Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is in Gorakhpur to participate in various functions held to celebrate the Festival of Colours. Our correspondent has more details.
The acting Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, led various functions on the occasion of Holi. Today he participated in a religious procession and played Holi in the streets of Gorakhpur. The Chief Minister set forth the chariot of procession by offering prayers to the Lord Narsingh, on whose name the Shobha Yatra is being held since 1944. Mr. Yogi, clad in a colourful turban and black goggles, showered flower petals and colours on the people in the streets of Gorakhpur. The Chief Minister, who is also the Chief Priest of Gorakhnath Temple, performed puja and Holika Dahan in temple premises yesterday and participated in Holi celebrations with the pious act of Holika. The acting Chief Minister had also participated in the Holika Dahan Shobha Yatra held a day back in Gorakhpur. Aditya Shukla, AIR News, Gorakhpur.
You're listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida to meet in 14th India-Japan Annual Summit to be held in New Delhi this evening. Home Minister Amit Shah attends CRPF's Raising Day Parade in Jammu, says biggest achievement of centre is to have a decisive control over terrorism for the first time since the abrogation of Article 370. In Punjab, Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann forms his cabinet, inducts 10 ministers. India advocates for Biological and Toxin Weapons Convention at United Nations Security Council. More than 181 crore and 4 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered in the country so far. In Tamil Nadu, Agriculture Minister M.R.K. Panniraselvam presents state's 33,000 crore rupee agriculture budget. In Karnataka, 8 people killed and more than 20 critically injured in a road accident near Pavagara in Tumkuru district. 35th Surajkund International Crafts Mela to begin this evening at Faridabad near Delhi. In ICC Women's World Cup, Australia beat India by 6 wickets in Auckland. And in hockey, Indian national men's team to resume their FIH Pro League campaign against Argentina in Bhubaneswar. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो खुद से वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back to the Midday News. Now let us listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
15th of March 1944, Azad Hind Fauj hoisted the national flag on Indian mainland in Manipur. Colonel Shaukat Malik hoisted the tricolour in Moirang with the help of Manipuris, including Mairambam Koirang Singh and others who were members of the INA.
The flag, adopted by Subhash Chandra Bose in 1943, was a variant of the Purna Swaraj flag that included the words Azad on the saffron band on the top, Hind on the bottom green band, and in the centre white band, a springing tiger in lieu of Gandhiji's Charkha, symbolizing INA's strength and their indomitable will to fight.
The National Army was originally founded by Captain Mohan Singh in Singapore in September 1942 with Japan's Indian prisoners of war in the Far East with the support of the Indian Independence League, headed by expatriate nationalist leader Rash Bihari Bose. The Liberation Army was revived with the arrival of Subhash Chandra Bose in 1943. In July, at a meeting in Singapore, Rash Bihari Bose handed over the control of the organization to Subhash Chandra Bose.
Bose was able to reorganize the army and gained massive support among the expatriate Indian population in Southeast Asia. They lent support financially as well as by enlisting in the Indian National Army. At its height, INA consisted of about 85,000 troops, including a separate women's unit, the Rani of Jhansi Regiment, headed by Captain Lakshmi Swaminathan. INA fought along with the Imperial Japanese Army against the British and Commonwealth forces in the campaigns in Burma, Imphal and Kohima.
We also remember freedom fighter Narayan Bhaskar Khare, who was born on the 19th of March 1884 in Panvel, Maharashtra.
Khare, a medical doctor by profession, was member of Indian National Congress from 1916 to 1938. He was the president of the Central Provinces Provincial Congress Committee, Harijan Sevak Sangh, Nagpur, and a member of the All India Congress Committee for several years. He was also the founder and editor of nationalist Marathi paper Tarun Bharat. Khare resigned from the Legislative Council in pursuance of the mandate by the Lahore Congress and was imprisoned for participating in the civil disobedience movement. After the 1937 elections, Khare became the first premier of the newly formed Central Provinces and Berar.
During the Quit India movement in 1942, a crowd in Ashti and Chimur killed some policemen, and 30 people were tried and sentenced to hang. Khare formed the Capital Punishment Relief Society to help the people of Ashti and Chimur. Khare was a member of the Viceroy's Executive Council from May 1943 to July 1946, where he was in charge of the Commonwealth Relations Department. Later, Khare also served as a member of the Constituent Assembly. Khare became a member of the Lok Sabha from Gwalior in 1952 and served till 1955. He later settled in Nagpur and died in 1970. We salute the great nationalist.
We also remember martyr Muhammad Khan, a resident of Delhi, who participated in the First War of Indian Independence in 1857. Khan took active part in fighting against the advancing British Army in Delhi and was captured by British troops after reoccupation of Delhi. He was accused of rebellion against British rule and executed by hanging on the 19th of March 1858. We salute the great son of soil.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
On to sports. In ICC Women's ODI World Cup, Australia beat India by 6 wickets in a nail-biting finish at Eden Park in Auckland, New Zealand. Set to score 278 runs for victory in the stipulated 50 overs, Australian women reached the target in the last over, scoring 280 for 4. Meg Lanning was the top scorer for Australia with 97 runs off 107 balls. For India, Pooja Vastrakar claimed 2 wickets. Earlier put into bat, India were 277 for 7 in the stipulated 50 overs. Captain Mithali Raj was the top scorer with 68 runs, while Yastika Bhatia scored 59 and Vice-Captain Harmanpreet Kaur made 57 not out.
In the SAF Under-18 Women's Championships, India will take on defending champions Bangladesh in the second match at Jamshedpur today. Both India and Bangladesh got off to a flying start at the SAF Under-18 Women's Championship, the former winning 7-0 against Nepal, while the latter defeated the same side 4-2. After this result, both India and Bangladesh occupy the top 2 spots on the table with 3 points apiece. Indian national men's hockey team will resume the FIH Pro League campaign with a 2-legged tie against Argentina in Bhubaneswar from today. After the 2-legged contest against Spain, India will square off against Argentina today and tomorrow at the Kaling Hockey Stadium in Bhubaneswar. Australia's Great Barrier Reef is suffering widespread and severe coral bleaching due to high ocean temperatures. According to a report by the Great Barrier Reef Marine Authority, which manages the world's largest coral reef ecosystem, bleaching has been detected across the marine park. The agency said bleaching is widespread but variable across multiple regions, ranging in impact from minor to severe. The reef has suffered significantly from coral bleaching caused by unusually warm ocean temperatures in 2016, 2017 and 2020. The previous bleaching damaged 2/3 of the coral AUN delegation will inspect the reef's health next week.
The low-pressure area formed over southeast Bay of Bengal and adjoining South Andaman Sea is moving ahead northwest and is likely to transform into a storm cyclone by the 21st of March. Thereafter, it is likely to reach northeast to Bangladesh and North Myanmar coast around the 22nd of March. In the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, heavy rain and gusty winds are predicted for the next 2 to 3 days. Wind speed is likely to go up to 90 kilometers per hour. Rough sea condition is estimated. Meanwhile, light rainfall was observed in Port Blair yesterday. Taking precautionary measures, all tourism activities in Andaman and Nicobar Islands remain suspended till the 22nd of March from today onwards. All schools remain closed today. In view of forming a cyclone, Chief Secretary Jitendra Narayan took a review meeting and directed all line departments to be on high alert and ensure proper arrangement in place to handle any emergency situation. Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. National capital Delhi will have a mainly clear sky. The temperature will move between 22 to 35 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have a mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature was 22 degrees. Maximum expected to be around 34 degrees. Chennai is likely to have a partly cloudy sky. Temperature will vary between minimum 25 to maximum 36 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have a partly cloudy sky. Minimum temperature was 24 degrees. Maximum of around 36 degrees is expected. Srinagar will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Temperature will hover between 11 and 18 degrees. Jammu will have a mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards evening or night. Minimum temperature was 22 degrees. Maximum will be around 32. Leh is likely to have gently cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Minimum and maximum temperature hover between 1 and 15 degrees Celsius. Gilgit will have generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Temperature moves between 9 and 30 degrees. Muzaffarabad will have thunderstorm or dust storm. The minimum temperature was 13 degrees Celsius. Maximum will be around 28. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida to meet in 14th India-Japan Annual Summit to be held in New Delhi this evening. Home Minister Amit Shah attends CRPF's Raising Day Parade in Jammu, says biggest achievement of the centre is to have a decisive control over terrorism for the first time since the abrogation of Article 370. In Punjab, Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann forms his cabinet, inducts 10 ministers. India advocates for Biological and Toxin Weapons Convention at United Nations Security Council. More than 181 crore and 4 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered in the country so far. In Tamil Nadu, Agriculture Minister M.R.K. Pannirselvam presents state's 33,000 crore rupee agriculture budget. In Karnataka, 8 people killed and more than 20 critically injured in a road accident near Pavagada in Tumkuru district. 35th Surajkund International Crafts Mela to begin this evening at Faridabad near Delhi. In ICC Women's World Cup, Australia wins by 6 wickets against India in Auckland. And in hockey, Indian national men's team to resume their FIH Pro League campaign against Argentina in Bhubaneswar. And with that, we end the midday news.